Morning. It's May 4th, and our weather's finally starting to break here. We're getting warmer temperatures during the day and warmer temperatures at night, and we're able to start planting some more stuff outside. In a previous video I have in my playlist, I picked this barbecue grill up from this dumpster right here from the church. They said I could have it. I took the bottom portion of the barbecue grill off because it was rusted out and grungy, and I used the top and I just fastened it to the frame. And then I took some reclaimed decking lumber. These are 1x6s, and made a frame for the top of it. And you can see this makes a nice stand-up planter box. And I was originally going to plant some wildflowers, but we've run out of room, and I had all these beet seedlings sprouting up in these cups, so I decided to go ahead and put these guys in there. And yesterday I was making my soil mixture up. It was way too windy, I think blowing 30 to 40 miles an hour. I just didn't want to set the camera up and have high winds of me mixing the soil. And it was basically, I was very surprised that this grill took this much soil. I used 2 5-gallon buckets of our composted leaves and 2 5-gallon buckets of composted garden soil and 2 5-gallon buckets of Pro Mix. And to that, I added about a half a cup of tomato and vegetable plant food, organic, about a half a cup of bone meal, and about a half a cup of worm castings. And we're going to plant these little beet seedlings that we have here in this 5-ounce cup. I can't remember what variety. I'm thinking they're Cendrilla. I have 2 different packs of seeds in there, so when these things start forming their beet, if they form a round ball, that's usually that's going to tell me that it's a Detroit dark red. And if it's a long cylindrical beet, like a carrot, then that's the Cylindra. So let me see if I can get this put back in my holder here without cutting the video off. Sorry about my building looking so ratty. I'm going to eventually get the siding put on this guy. It's seen its better days, but it still works. So here's our beets. Like I say, they're really nice looking beets. And I've spaced these about, I don't know, 5 inches apart, and I can get 12 in here just nice. And you can see how root bound these guys are if it's picking it up. I'm trying to get the video done early because I've got some things I need to do today. The sun's just now coming up, so it's early morning. So all I'm gonna do is take my finger. This is real nice and moist and loose, real airy, and just plant that right down in there like that, and plant it just a little deeper so that it stands up where it was falling over. And that's all it is to it. Go ahead, and we've got 2 here, so maybe I'll just pinch that one off, and we'll just mash that down in there and plant that a little deeper than what it was. And it goes really quick with this soil being nice and airy. All the Pro Mix I put in there. I like the fact that I can just stand up right here and plant things in this. Now this would not be a good planter to do like tomatoes or peppers, but things like lettuces and onions and carrots and anything small that doesn't take up a lot of room. Let's see if we can get it. I might be able to replant this guy and this guy. So we'll lay it in the cups here and just dig down deep. And with the depth of this top that is now the bottom, the steel part, and this is a 1x6 for the frame. It's given me 15 inches deep to plant in. And like I say, I was amazed at how much soil it took. 6 5-gallon buckets to fill this guy almost up to the top. Well, we're about 2 inches from the top. And I may go ahead, once these things start coming out, I may top it off with some of our mulch. We have some mulch to keep me from having to water it when it gets in the heat of the summer, especially with this thing being metal on the bottom. I assuming that I'll have to water a little more because that metal's, I painted it flat black, and it's probably going to get hot, which will probably evaporate the water faster than if I were planting it in the ground. But if you have access to an old barbecue grill and you're just going to throw it away, maybe try making you a stand-up planter boxes or a box out of it. My wife and I was at the big box store. We have a Menards here in our state. It's kind of like a Lowe's or Home Depot. And I saw these stand-up planter boxes that wasn't this tall. They were made out of a really chintzy, cheap plastic. And it was a little longer. It wasn't as deep and it wasn't as wide, just a little longer. And it was $110. And that's kind of out of our price range, especially when you're paying that for plastic that won't get you but a few years in our climate here, being in zone 5. Freezing through the winter time and leaving that thing outside, it'd fall to pieces in a few years. So we're just gonna use what we have. Like I say, one man's trash is another man's treasure, or another man's trash, depending on how you look at it. But we was able to get this grill free of charge. It was a really nice grill. It was just seen its better days for cooking. So we said, well, let me go ahead and try this and see how this works. We'll keep you updated on these beets. There's another little guy. All these ones I'm snapping off there, we're going to try to replant and see if we can get them put over here in this box where our potatoes are. So there you go. That's how quick and easy and simple it is to plant your beets, seedlings, in a barbecue grill planter box. We'll keep you guys updated on how well they do. Lord willing, we'll get some beets out of this. Thanks for watching.